Hello there guys, my name is Coach Chai, YouTube channel August Born for Theme Park News, and welcome to another Theme Park Newsroom update. This is from Alton Towers Resort, and before you start anything, no, this is not true. Don't, worry, the thumbnail title should have told you everything. But basically, I was looking on a discussions page on Facebook for Alton Towers, and someone said there's a few rumours from people that say they work from the park, so again, do not take this as true. But a few people that claim to be from the park or work at the park have said there's future plans to remove one of the secret weapon coasters. Now you're probably thinking, which one? Because people will say Galactica should go, Smiler should go. But the plan is, well, apparently the future plans are to remove Oblivion. Now Oblivion opened in March 1998. It's a Bolliger and Mabillard dive coaster. It was the first one to be built in the world. And if this is true, I find it quite upsetting and quite shocking actually, because Oblivion's one of the better secret weapons out there with Nemesis and Wicker Man. And I think Oblivion, I don't know why they'd get rid of Oblivion, to be fair, unless they were going to replace it with a more updated dive coaster, unless they were going to put in a brand new like a Baron 1898 type dive coaster where it's got flawless trains and stuff like that. I don't know why they would have to remove it if it is true. I'm going off the basis of if this is true. Like I said, it could be completely false, but it's good to sort of speculate on rumours that might not be true or could be true. Even if they're from the park or claim them to be from the park or not, it's still nice to speculate on these things, because if I see something really interesting, I'm going to do a video on it. So basically, yeah, the rumour from these people that claim to be from the park state that future plans suggest that Oblivion could be removed. The plans seem like, obviously there's no source on these plans because it's from these people that claim to be from the park, but I'm guessing if they were going to remove Oblivion, I think it would be in the 2020s decade. So if this is true, then the 2020 to 2029, around that time, in this next decade coming up, starting next year, that could be the last decade of Oblivion operating at Alton Towers. And I find that quite shocking and very, very saddening, because, like I said, it's one of the best secret weapons at the park, along with Nemesis and Wicker Man. Better than Smiler, better than Galactica and 13, only just better than 13, because 13 is great, but Oblivion is third in the top 3 for secret weapon coasters at Alton Towers for me. It was brilliant. I rode it, just last week, and it was a fantastic attraction. Obviously, I've got some off-ride videos getting prepared for that. So maybe in the next couple of days, I'll release the Oblivion off-ride video. Release all the off-ride shots that I took of Oblivion, just to, if it is true, paying tribute to Oblivion. And of course, I'll keep those Oblivion shots as well, just in case we are seeing the closure of this coaster. So like I said, 1998 it opened, so if it's closing in 2029, that means it'll be operating for 21 years. Just last year in 2018 it was celebrating its 20th, well, actually no, it won't be 21, it'll be 31 years, my apologies. It just celebrated 20 years last year. Imagine if it got removed in 2028, its 30th birthday. It'll be interesting. In my opinion, though, I won't want Oblivion to be removed. I think the best it can do, and to be fair, when I was taking the shots of Oblivion for the vlog last week, I felt I don't think it would be removed. I feel like a major upgrade's needed. You look at Oblivion the Black Hole at Gardaland that opened back in 2015. You look at that and you think that's a modern take on Oblivion. That's where the latest technologies come into play. The queue line's improved, the new flawless trains. Oblivion at Alton Towers needs that sort of refurbishment. New flawless trains, a repaint of the track, because it kind of looks a bit rusty in places. It looks like, I don't think it's moss, but there's like some green, like on the side of the track coming out of the station. Like very, very dirty, and it needs a bit of a clean up. Some of the rocks in the queue line need a massive upgrade. The queue line video, some of the screens weren't even on. So in my opinion, I would like to, well personally, I would like to see one of the queue line video sections closed off. Sort of, so you sort of queue up and you sort of let the batch in through the pre-show room. They sort of build like a pre-show room around one of those queue line videos. So maybe not the first one, but maybe the one actually no, to be fair, I wouldn't use the one like next to the station because it'll create a lot of noise. Unless you block off that with another wall across that side that's blocking the station off from public view in that queue line. So I think the first pre-show room would be the best option in my opinion. Or maybe you'd sort of use that, or maybe sort of close part of the queue line and use maybe a part of the queue line, close it off, build something around it, and just give it a brand new storyline. Give it a new queue video, maybe utilize the old queue video and sort of implement it into a brand new extended queue video as part of a brand new storyline for the ride. And I personally think that the floorless trains is what's needed. Obviously the restraints look alright, it was alright for me anyway, but I saw a couple of the restraints now that were painted up and they weren't really painted up very well. Some of them in fact, some of them look fine, but some of them looked a little bit rusty. Some of the rubber I think was taken off a couple of them, so it didn't look very nice at all, a couple of those restraint systems. The trains are a reminder of the classic days of the dive coaster, so some may say keep them because we don't know how long the 2 train rows are going to last. But personally, I think that the 3 3 cars per train system with the floorless seats, I think would improve the experience. So I think don't remove Oblivion, upgrade it. Bring it into a new life, you know, don't give it the Oblivion the Black Hole name, otherwise that's just copying Gardaland, but maybe take Oblivion into a separate direction to the original and Oblivion the Black Hole. Take it in a brand new direction, give it a brand new subplot, if you like Nemesis Subterra. You look at the Nemesis, this sort of thing, alien creature, awakened after 1,000,000 years, held down by steel, that's the invert coaster. Subterra tells you the story of the Nemesis and how it sort of came to be, and this whole army operative and getting the eggs ready and keeping it under surveillance, and then that whole drop tower section. That's why I was really sad when Subterra announced it wouldn't be coming back permanently, when they announced that Antwill and Toadstool wasn't coming back at all. It was way back in February I released that video when they announced that Toadstool and Subterra would not be reopened at all. So hopefully something's done with that site or topic. But sort of, that's what Oblivion needs to learn from with Subterra. Have that whole subplot, have a backstory, have a storyline. Obviously the Oblivion story is a military base, you know, you're getting taken on this trip, this man on the queue line video that can't be trusted, take you on this trip, see you around, bye, sort of lead you into the darkness. Of course there was a queue line video, I don't know where that queue line video went, I don't know where it's gone, where he sort of split off into the black suited guy and the white suited guy. And he was sort of warning people, and he was reassuring them, and he's telling them don't believe him and stuff like that. I don't know where that Q video gone, whether it got lost on the way or anything like that. But I do think that Oblivion needs a major overhaul just to improve the experience, in my opinion. So I don't think remove it. I think if you were going to remove it, maybe they're going to keep the hole and sort of close off X sector while they're putting the track in place, or depends how the layout works. I mean, if you can only work with that layout, if you can't edit the layout or anything, put any inversions in or anything like that, or work it around the area or the surrounding area, yeah, if you can't sort of edit the layout, then that's all you can do, really, isn't it? I think if you took Enterprise out and moved it to a different location, I think you could maybe build an inversion in that spot and maybe cross it over that hole into like a bit of an airtime hill. So maybe as you're coming out of the tunnel where Enterprise's site is, sort of turn it one way and then it goes over. So you sort of turn it like into that original overbank turn, and then turn it over so it goes into like a dive loop, sort of like a mini dive loop in a way, and then sort of cross it over that turnaround point. And then you sort of give in this little clop of airtime, and then rise it up again. And then maybe edit the brake run. I know this would limit the amount of trains on the brake run compared to the original, but maybe build a 0G roll into a declining brake run, and sort of have like one car just outside the station, two cars still in the station. So you still have a lot of cars operating at the same time on peak days. And it doesn't even matter how many trains you have on off-peak days. It would still be very operative, and it would still move quickly. So I think whether you remove it or not, I think the ride needs a major overhaul just to secure its future, either as the same coaster or completely demolished and retracked as a different coaster. So it's going to be interesting to see where these this wild speculation develops. Like I said, it'll probably not be true. It might not be true. Today was just going off the basis of, if these rumours are true and there are future plans to remove it, this is what I think. So it's going to be interesting to follow whether this is true or not. Like I said, I think it needs an overhaul rather than a removal. But I think if you were to remove it, I think that a newer dive coaster will come in, and I think they will edit the layout and sort of edit the area around X Sector where that Oblivion coaster lies. Maybe do some coaster parts over the queue line if you can. I think there's real potential to sort of edit the layout, but like I said, it'll be interesting to see if they do remove it or not in the future, in that 2020s decade. So thank you very much for watching this Theme Park Newsroom update from Oblivion at Alton Towers Resort. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss a YouTube video. And for now, guys, my name is Coaster Chai, YouTube channel Donkster Born, but built for Theme Park News. Keep living the coast life, and I'll see you guys in the next video soon. Take care. Have an awesome day, my friends.